right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to, there we go. See, we always have one. Starting the live stream on your phone. Always say you're welcome to come up and touch me if you think I'm not real. Don't have to watch YouTube. Good afternoon. Welcome to DuePoint. Good afternoon to everyone who's tuned in on our live stream, wherever you may be in South Africa. Introduce yourself. Carol is on the live chat. She always loves to hear from you. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 35 minutes with you as we go through what we call our intro presentation. But it's not so much a presentation, it's very much an invitation. It is a business proposition, because what this presentation is about, what this business is about inviting you to come partner with us in this business. And so I hope to give you enough information in 35 minutes so that you're able to make an informed decision. If you have any questions, however, reserve them until we're done, and I'm sure you're being hosted by somebody, so go speak to that person once we're finished. But you're most welcome to come chat to me anyway. And if you're on the live stream, feel free to ask Carol any questions while you're online. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, DuePoint, you're here at our head office. DuePoint is a division of another company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. So this is the business we're part of. We are a registered insurance company. We have been in operation for nearly 70 years. And so know that this business proposition is with a business that is very well established in South Africa. We were very much part of establishing the insurance community in South Africa over the last 70 years. But DuePoint as a division is fairly new. We were formed about 3.5 years ago. So in February 2016, we opened our doors to the public. And I'm going to go through the factors that kind of contributed to the forming of the business, because it'll give you context to the relevance of our business, right? Because you are being asked to come collaborate, come partner with us. And so you need to know what DuePoint is all about. What are our aspirations in this business? What is DuePoint trying to achieve? Because we are going to ask you to help us achieve those aspirations. So number one, we wanted to create a business that created or had social impact with the people, with the community that we operated in, within the country that we operated in. That social impact is in the form of financial impact. I can ask you a simple question. Why are you here today? What's the one? There's one reason. Just say the money. We're here for the money. Right? That is the necessity that this business serves. Right? And so we can be blunt about it. Yes, it's the financial impact. It's the money that we're interested in. That is the social impact we want to have. And so what we've done with this business is we've opened it up to social entrepreneurship. We've opened it up to community. Members of the public are free to join us in this partnership. We'll expand on that accessibility. But our mandate becomes together is to help us create a greater business in South Africa. Our aspiration is to have social impact, not in Johannesburg, in every corner of South Africa, right? And we need your help to do that. We need you to go out and tell people about this opportunity, about this business. And if you can do that, you get to create what we call a channel of distribution for yourself. And if you're able to create a channel of distribution for yourself, you are creating a stake for yourself in this business. And if you do that, if you're able to create this channel of distribution, you get to share in the benefit of this business. So we're going to go through the benefits, because I want you to be discerning. I want you to be able to tell the difference between a good business opportunity and a poor business opportunity. And there are many poor business opportunities out there, right? I need you to be able to tell the difference so that you can appreciate this business better. But you have to make that decision. You have to be discerning. So I'm going to go through the benefits. You can compare these to any other business opportunity going forward. We create additional income for yourself. So that goes without saying. That's why we're here. But the nature of the income is very important to understand, because we create what we call recurring income. It is something that is inherent to insurance companies, to real business. There are lots of business opportunities that bandy the term, we create passive income and annuity income. They don't, right? There's very few businesses that create true annuity income. It is the ability to make money without the constraint of being active all the time. Employment is exactly that, because employment says to you, you have to come to work for the whole month. You get to start at this time, you finish work at this time, you get a lunch break, you get a tea break, this is how much leave you get paternity, maternity leave, sick leave, annual leave, all of that is defined for you explicitly in your contract. And if anything threatens your ability to work, your livelihood is threatened. Because if you cannot be active, you cannot create income. This is not only for employees, it is for many businesses. I come from an advertising background. I ran an ad agency for 15 years of my life. We created no annuity income. At the end of every single month, we started at zero. Every business is like that. My father's involved in gold mining. That's the same problem he has. He said to me, get involved in business that pays you while you're sleeping. I didn't know what he was talking about. He told me when I was too young. I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought he wanted me to become a stockbroker or something. Right? What he was talking about was free yourself of the constraint of having to be active to create income. Insurance companies do that. We can close our doors today and we will still create income for this business, maybe for the next couple of years. Because we have an asset called a book value, and that book value creates true annuity income for ourselves. And you get to share in that benefit. It mitigates all that risk that we find ourselves exposed to in employment. Then you have the ability to create channels for yourself in collaboration with other people. You get to harness what we call power duplication. You get to go out and connect other people to this business that can help you build your channel much faster than you could on your own. Right? That goes without saying. There's that saying. Many hands make light work. If you're able to bring in good people around you, you get to benefit out of that because you get to enjoy the benefit of them helping you create a greater channel, which means your income can grow exponentially in this business. That is something we are not used to in employment. Look at your salary and tell me how much it's gone up in the last 7 years. Right? That is the circumstance for all of us. In this business, you're not constrained by that. You can grow this business, your channel, and your income much faster than you can in traditional employment. And then we've invested a lot of money in technology to make this business, to make conducting this business easy and simple and convenient. That's what technology does for us, right? And so we've invested heavily in technology. We are streaming this presentation to the entire world. Isn't that amazing? People all around South Africa, in their lounges, in their offices, on their phones, wherever they could be. There could be someone sitting on the toilet right now watching us. And that is all done through technology. It means you can build your channel of distribution from anywhere in the country at any time of the day with very little expense to yourself. Our business is very much centered on wealth creation. Our aspiration, when we talk about social entrepreneurship, social impact, we are talking about our aspiration of creating wealthy individuals, wealthy families in this business. That's our aspiration. But at the same time, when we talk about wealth creation, we have to address wealth protection. If you look at any wealthy individual, they manage their risk with regards to the wealth that they've created, right? It comes in the form of investments, insurance, all kinds of things. We do the same thing here at DuePoint, right? When you look at our products later, you will see there's wealth protection built into the products. At the same time, we've got a service called Legal Access that's available for every single active wealth engineer in our business, free of charge. Absolutely free of charge, which means you get access to a lawyer 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right? Our business has been purposely designed to be low risk and as accessible as possible. Remember, we want to have social impact in community, in the entire country. And so this business doesn't come with risk. We've designed it purposely to have very little risk so that you're free to consider doing this business. Even if you don't know how to do it and what you might have to do, even if you're skeptical, because there's nothing to lose. How many other businesses come and tell you, oh, you need to buy a starter kit. You need to buy all this box of product. You need to put in this huge investment. There's a registration fee. We don't have that in this business. I want you to be able to make a decision today without any fear in your heart. At the same time, we don't have qualifications or experience requirements. For me, probably the most important benefit is the ability to grow an asset, to build an asset that you have ownership over. Again, we think of employment. Who's got shares in the businesses they work in? Who enjoys the upside of when their business does well? When your business does well, does your salary go up? Do you get a dividend every quarter from your business? When you get to 65 and you stop working, do you still have a share in the business that pays you while you're retired? No, 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 no. We don't get to share in the upside of the businesses we work for. That's why ownership is so important. The channel of distribution that you build here at DuePoint, you have ownership over it. You have legal tender. It means you can sell your channel of distribution. It will never retrench you. Who can say they're never going to get retrenched on Monday morning? Never. You never know. No one's free of retrenchment. My wife works for in labor litigation for the biggest private employer in the country. They retrench everybody. She's retrenched people with 2 degrees, accountants, lawyers, engineers. It doesn't matter what your education level is. It doesn't matter what level of organization you're in. You're still exposed to that kind of risk. Except if you own the asset. Assets don't retrench you. They don't retire you. Less than 5% of our population can afford retirement. Why do we spend 45 years working for somebody else? 8 hours a day. 8 hours a day for 45 years you work for somebody else. With what prospect when it comes to retirement? 95% of us will get to retirement and realize we don't have enough to get by. We will be looking for jobs at the age of 65. Like my father, like my mother-in-law, and like so many South Africans out there. You think you're free of that statistic? Statistically, you're in that statistic. Assets will carry on paying you. Your channel of distribution will pay you through your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, your 90s, your 100s. What happens to assets when you die? Do they disappear? No! You get to create legacy in your lifetime. You get to create true wealth because that asset, that channel of distribution, you get to seed it in your will. You say, I pass this on to my spouse, my husband, my wife, my children, or to my grandchildren. That is what I'm hoping to convince you to do today. I'm hoping to convince you to see that it is worth it to build something that you actually own. And then finally, there's absolutely no selling involved in this business. Who thought we were going to ask you to sell something? You did. You did, right? You thought, what are we selling? What's that business about? What's their product? There is no selling involved in this business. Right? That's a wonderful thing. Who wants to sell investment and insurance products? Very few of us. And so the wonderful thing to tell you is that there is no selling. Your mandate, your job is to go spread the word of opportunity. To say to people, I might have a solution for your problem. To connect them purely to this business. Not to convince them to join, not to convince them to buy anything, for you only to tell them there's opportunity. Come sit down for 35 minutes and see what it is they have to tell you. But your success is very much dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. It begins with you. You have to make the decision to join this business, to become a wealth engineer and a product owner, and to go out and tell people about DuePoint. When you go out and tell people about DuePoint, people will join because the necessity exists, right? And in this little example, we've got 5 people who have joined your channel of distribution. This is where the power of duplication starts to show itself because those 5 people that you connected to DuePoint are going to go out and do the same thing. They're going to go out and connect other people. And this is how your channel grows, right? And this is what a channel looks like for thousands of our wealth engineers. This is the asset that you own. Every single product owner that you see on the screen, every little dot is earning you a DuePoint return every single month. That is the royalty, the share, the return that we pay every single wealth engineer for the channel they've built, right? Never retrenches you, it won't retire you. This is what wealth looks like. This is the asset. This is your channel that you are mandated to build here at DuePoint. How do we pay our wealth engineers every single month? So on the 17th, typically on the 17th of every month, we pay our wealth engineers. They get a wonderful little SMS from the bank that says, your bank account has been credited. You're looking at me because you don't know what that SMS looks like. You only get 1 a month, right? Let's make it 2 a month. 2 a month. So we pay a DuePoint return. It's based on this figure of £27.50 for every product in your qualified channel. Remember the first 5 people you introduced to DuePoint. So this is just an example. Anyone you introduce personally to DuePoint falls on what we call your first point. And then if you look at the table here, the table says anyone on your first point, you actually get paid 55 Rand for every product on your first point every month. If you had 10 people, if this weekend you went out and connected 10 people successfully, you'd be earning 550 Rand a month. That's 6,000 Rand a year in annuity income that you've just generated for yourself out of an asset that you've built. When those people go out and connect other people, we call that your second point. And again, you get paid 55 Rand on your second point. And those people go out and connect other people to your third point. Those people build your fourth point, so on and so forth. All the way out to the eighth point. By the eighth point, you're earning 4% of the 27 Rand 50. But we don't limit you there. That's why there's a little plus sign next to the 8. There's no limit to the size of your channel in this business. We don't limit the stake that you can have in this business. We want you to realize that wealth is built in the long term, over a lifetime. We want you to make a lifetime commitment to this business. You might be thinking, well, that's a big commitment to make. Sounds worse than marriage. But I'm not going to force you into it. Right? You don't have to get out the business. You don't have to go to divorce courts. Easy to get out of the DuePoint. But I want you to see the value in us saying to you that there's no limit to the size of your business. Because I want your mind to open up and go, well, what can I do in this business in 40 years? I contribute 45 years to some other person's asset, my boss. What happens if I contributed 45 years to myself, to building a channel for myself, something I own for myself? What can I do in a lifetime? When they don't place any limitation on how big my channel can get and how much money I can earn at DuePoint. We want you to connect with that possibility, right? Because at the end of the day, wealth is built in the long term, not in the short term. And our aspiration, again, is to make wealthy people, wealthy families in this business. People still understand, well, what happens in the short term? How much money can I earn next month or in 6 months or by the end of the year? And how much activity is required to do this business? So we built a 5-year path. The 5-year path is based on somebody who's been able to go out and connect 2 people every single month into their first point, right? So they went and connected 2 people personally every single month. That's only 1 person every 2 weeks. It is very moderate activity. However, if you do that for 6 months, you'll be earning about 2,500 Rand a month in recurring income. So you might think, well, that's starting really slowly. But it's recurring income. Recurring income affords you leverage to do many things, one of which is to get rid of debt. I assume everyone here would love to be wealthy. I don't know what that means for each one of you. It might mean a different thing. But to become wealthy, you have to get rid of your debt. I look at my life. The first job I had when I think I was earning 1,800 Rand a month, right? And then as I grew in experience and education, my salary started to increase. Guess what my lifestyle did as my salary increased? It increased with my salary, right? And today, I'm still indebted. Oh, money on the car, oh, money on the house, oh, money on the overdraft. We have to curve our spending if we want to become wealthy. We have to look at money differently. If you look at 2,500 Rand and go, ooh, I can afford more things, I can spend more, you're not going to change your circumstance. Use recurring income to get rid of your debt. That is very empowering. Imagine being completely debt-free. Completely debt-free. When your salary arrives and your DuePoint return arrives in your account, there are no debit orders. There's no debit orders. Imagine that. That means your income will double every single month. The money will just grow and grow and grow. That's what debt-free looks like, right? So we hope that you aspire to that. By month 12, you're earning nearly 9,000 Rand a month. Remember, you're connecting 2 people every single month. At month 24, close to 28,000 Rand a month. After 36 months, you're going to be close to 50,000 Rand a month. After 4 years, close to 70,000 Rand a month. And after 5 years of doing this every single month, you don't take December off, or January, or November, every single month. 2 people, you'll get to 85,000 Rand a month within 60 months. That's R1 million a year in recurring income. Imagine telling your colleagues and your boss at work that you earn R1 million on your side business. Some of you thinking, I wouldn't have a boss if I was earning 85,000 Rand a month. I'd tell my boss what I think about him or her. Walk into that office and say, listen here, this is what I think about you, and walk out. That's empowerment, right? So you can take a look at this and go, okay, well, this is just academic. It's theory, it's a nice equation that builds up. And so we've got people that are actually doing this business that we showcase. We call it Testimony Tuesday, where we invite real people doing the business to come share their experience of DuePoint. This month we had the pleasure of bringing up 2 ladies. The first lady is Yolandi du Toit. She's from Ermelo in Mpumalanga. She's been in the business for only 6 months. She says she didn't do anything in the first 2 months. So she says 4 months of work. 4 months of work got her to 2,500 Rand in channel value. So that's her monthly return value. You can see the personal work she's done. She's actually done a lot of work. She's put in 25 people in the space of those 6 months. Those 25 people have helped her build a channel, right? That's the power of duplication. She didn't do it on her own. She got the 25 to help her build a channel of 64 people over 5 points so that she could earn 2,500 Rand a month. Right? Her income in the last few months has gone up 1,000 Rand. It went 400 Rand, 1,400 Rand, 2,400 Rand. 1,000 Rand increase every single month, she said, in the last 3 months. Then we've got Teresa Lillis. She's down on the coast in Knysna. Her channel value is sitting at nearly 5,000 Rand a month. She's been in the business for quite a long time, 2.5 years. She says by her own testimony, she got distracted. She was in Port Elizabeth, then she moved to Knysna, and she did nothing with DuePoint. She didn't introduce anyone. She did nothing. We paid her every single month while she was doing nothing. Why? Because we don't pay you for activity. This is not a commission or a sales-based business. This is not like a job. Your channel is the asset that's paying you. And when she started, she built a little channel. And so we were paying her 400, 500, 600 Rand every month while she was doing nothing. But in the last 3 months, she's now settled into Knysna. Suddenly, the last 3 months, she started getting active. She tripled her income in 3 months. We have got thousands of people joining this business every single month. Everybody is different. Everyone's different. You'll see. The numbers are different for everybody. What I want you to realize is that you're at liberty to decide what you want out of the business. The business doesn't dictate to you what we give you. You dictate what you get out of the business. You have to make the decision every morning when you wake up, what are you doing today? Are you working for your boss 8 hours, or are you going to do some work for yourself too? You're at liberty to take control over your income. That is empowerment. Right? On top of the returns program, we've got the XP Rewards program. So this is a wonderful rewards program when we reward you when your channel gets to certain sizes. These milestones, we call them ranks. Right? And as you rank up at DuePoint, over and above the money you're earning every single month, we will give you additional rewards. Most of them are cash checks, but I'm going to go through a few that aren't cash checks. So at rank 5s, early in your business, at rank 5, we'll give you a business toolkit valued at 1,200 Rand. It's made up mostly of our DuePoint merchandise, so that you look legit when you go speak to people. Right? By the way, you can buy merchandise from day one. You don't have to wait to get it mahala. Invest in yourself from day one. It's your business, right? Get business cards, get a pen, get a notepad, whatever it is, so that you look legitimate when you go speak to people. At rank 7, we get you very special business cards that cost an absolute fortune. They cost, for 1,000 cards that we get manufactured personally for you, that costs us 17,000 Rand to manufacture one set of cards. Why? Because there are so many business opportunities out in South Africa. How do you differentiate yourself from the rest of the businesses? Especially when you have to do it in the 5 minutes that you're with a person. You're walking for 5 minutes and you say to someone, oh, I've got the solution for you. They go, oh, I've heard that before. I've seen 4 other businesses this month. When you put down a 17,000 Rand business card on the table, I promise you that person will take notice. It sets you apart from all the other businesses. At rank 9, you, by this stage, have 1,000 products in your qualified channel, which means you're earning about 20,000 Rand a month. You've got 1,000 products in your channel, and we get to send you an invitation about this time of the year to say that we invite you and your family to our Rank 9 International Conference. It is 7 days away. It's an all-expenses paid trip. We go to a 5-star luxury resort, right, on a remote island somewhere. You get to come with your family. We only fly business class, and you get to actually experience what it actually feels like to be truly wealthy. Because a week like this will cost you about 25 to 30,000 Rand a night for yourselves, right? Which a majority of us can't afford. I tried to stay longer after the last one. I got a quote from the hotel. I said, no, we're going back to Umhlanga, right? But it gives you a glimpse to where DuePoint wants to take you permanently one day, so that you can afford this any time that you want. So this is a taste, not only for you, but for your family, for your children, to understand what is available to people. Because your job is not going to do it for you. right? So take a look. We've documented the last 2 trips that we've had. These have both been in Mauritius. The third one is, thanks, blessings. The third one's also in Mauritius. Wonderful resort. It's a different resort this time. The invitations went out this week to our rank 9s. So they were all very excited. And the fastest person took 5 months to get to rank 9. To give you an understanding of how quickly you can get to rank 9 if you like. Thanks, blessings. So how did that look? You're all invited. This is available for every single person. 2 ranks later, at rank 11, we spend R250,000 buying you a brand new car. We pay for that car cash. It's placed in your name. You get to drive it off our parking lot with a little bit of fanfare and celebration, but you get to park a brand new car in your garage and go to sleep that night knowing there's no debit order at the end of the month. Would you sleep? I think you just drive around. You just drive around the whole night, go visit all your friends, show off your new car. Tell them, remember that business I told you about, right? And so this is a snapshot into our rewards program. It goes up to rank 28, right? And so this is early days. This is early days. We've mapped out purposely the next 25 years of what wealth engineers can expect in the business, right? That's the long-term kind of principle that we are planning on. That's what we're inviting you to join. Our business is very much built on the products that we've innovated for South Africans. So again, our products speak. They're not arbitrary products. They speak to wealth creation, wealth protection, and also accessibility without discrimination, right? You think about the system. The system discriminates whether you like it or not. If you go apply for a job, they want to know your CV, education, university, experience, and then they say, this is how much you can have, right? At DuePoint, we don't do that. We say everyone can come, you can have what you want in this business, as long as you have the desire and you're willing to work for it. That's all we ask. and our products speak to the same thing. Access Wealth is our first product. It's an investment and an insurance product rolled into one. It's going to cost you 324 Rand a month, of which 100 Rand gets invested into a tax-free investment fund. The insurance portion is 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover that you get with the investment. And this product is available to anyone over the age of 18, as I said, without discrimination. The premium, the price, is the same for everybody, regardless of your health status, regardless of your age. Right? And so this product is the same for everybody. It's accessible to everybody. The same with WealthGuard. WealthGuard is strictly insurance, so it's only an insurance product. You get R1 million worth of personal accident death cover for only 249 Rand per month. Family Wealth is a funeral cover product that we introduced in the last year. It's going to cost you 299 Rand a month. It affords you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover, as well as 5 family members covered as dependents. You can increase this cover to 30,000 Rand if you wish, as well as up to 10 family members. You, the principal member, get up to 10,000 Rands worth of debt protection. So upon your death, we will cover any liability that you have up to the value of 10,000 Rand. This product does have an age limit of 70. So anyone between the ages of 18 and 69 can join this product, but once you're in the product, it becomes whole of life. So if you join, for example, at the age of 69, we will cover you till the day you die. You can live to 120, this product will still cover you. It is called a whole of life product. And then you can see, very important line there, no excluded pre-existing conditions. We do not care about your sugar levels, your heart condition. The price is the same for everybody, right? And that makes the product accessible to everybody. Then we have Legal Guard, which is a fairly new product. For 249 Rand, you get legal indemnity and services through the Legal Guard product, up to the value of 250,000 Rand per matter. And they will assist you with all kinds of things, agreements, contracts that you have to look at and deal with. If you've got CCMA matters, they will actually go with you to the CCMA to help you deal with those matters. So there is a plethora of services through this, all with regard to any legal risk that you might have. And so this product very much speaks to wealth protection. Right? Anyone been to jail? Don't put your hand up. Wealth Points is our final product. So Wealth Points is actually a lifestyle product. The product aims to lower your monthly expenditure. So it aims to allow you to spend less every single month. It's going to cost you 299 Rand a month, and for that 299 Rand, you get to engage in the partners that we've negotiated discounts and services with. So a wonderful example of that has been very recently, one of our wealth engineers out in Bombela went and bought a brand new Ford, right? So there you can see Eagle Ford, right? Most successful dealership in the country. Went to Eagle Ford, we've got a wonderful gentleman that we deal with there. And so this wealth engineer, who's a Wealth Points member, got a 40,000 Rand discount on the car, and they drove the car to Bombela to deliver it. Right? Is that just not the epitome of a serving mindset from that individual, that dealership, which we're going to be speaking about tomorrow? So that is the Wealth Points product. We've got training on all the products, updated, brand new training that we've done on the products. Go watch the training, right? Especially if you're a wealth engineer, so you can appreciate the benefit of the products that we've innovated for not only DuePoint, but South Africans. The Achiever Quest is an incentive that we run every single month for those of you that need money now. Always ask the question, who needs money now? But everyone puts their hands up, so I don't ask the question anymore. We all need money now, right? You don't have to wait for your channel to grow, to build, before you can start earning what I could loosely refer to as big money. And so through the Achiever Quest, if you're able to connect 10 people or more in a single month, there is added benefit to being a wealth engineer. So 10 or more people in a single month, we will give you an extra 5,000 Rand on top of your return. If you're able to do 20, 10,000 Rand. If you're able to do 30, so almost a person a day, we will give you an additional 15,000 Rand on top of your returns and rewards. This is once off. This is not where wealth is built. This is to help people in the short term, right? It's added bonus almost. It's not where wealth is built, but wealth is built through the business, through the channel that you build. So always bear that in mind. But there is a lot of money to be had. You can do this every single month. This is available for you every single month. You can boost your returns by 180,000 Rand every year, just by doing the Achiever Quest, right? A little bit of background on our business. I told you when we started the presentation that we're part of Constantia Insurance Company Limited. We are a registered insurance company. When you join or consider joining DuePoint, I want you to be proud of the partnership that you enter into. Why? Because you can be proud of the partnership that you enter into. But if you're skeptical, and there's nothing wrong with being skeptical, but you have to address the skepticism. How do you address skepticism? Through knowledge, through information, right? Skepticism is based on the premise of, I don't know, I'm not sure. Get rid of the I don't know, I'm not sure. So know that we are a registered insurance company. So that means we are regulated by the FSCA. There's the FSP number that we operate under. We are listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange, so we are a public company. That comes with a lot of liability, right? We are publicly audited as a business every single year. That should be good for you to know that we are publicly audited. Myself and Brendan have got personal liability in the business under the FSCA rules, which means if I do anything naughty, I can go to jail for 5 years. I can get a 5 million rand fine. Personally, not the business, personally. That's what I have hanging over my head. That should place you in confidence. You should go, wow, that sounds good, right? Then I know they're not going to get up to anything naughty. There must be no skepticism, because if you take on the responsibility of connecting other people to this business, you better be sure that you trust the business yourself, right? Not like those other businesses out there. I was listening to Power FM last week, and they were phoning in about all these other businesses and the money people have lost. Our business is not one of those businesses, right? And you have to believe it. Go to our website, go to Constantia's site, go to the FSCA website. We're part of the DSA, go to the DSA website. So what is the decision I'm going to ask you to make? Remember, I said at the beginning, this is an invitation. It is a proposition, not a presentation. And so it needs a decision. The decision is not whether you want to join, believe it or not. I hope you've made that decision already. I'm speaking to the people that are looking at this business saying, yes, I want to be part of this. For those people, I'm saying the decision you need to make is a very important one. It is one of intention. You have to decide before you walk out of here, how are you going to connect people to this business? How are you going to do it this afternoon? Or are you going home to relax? What are you doing tomorrow? Are you relaxing? Are you working? Are you shopping? Or have you figured out how you're going to connect people on a Saturday? How are you going to connect people on a Sunday? How are you going to connect people every day, even while you're working? Joining our business doesn't lead to wealth. It's connecting other individuals to our business. That is what leads to wealth. And that's the decision I hope you get to make. Quick 4 steps to getting started. Register as a wealth engineer. The person hosting you can help you do that. It's a 5-minute process. Download the DuePoint app onto your smartphone, because this becomes your primary business tool for doing business. Watch the training videos under our tools menu. We have got wonderful training that covers everything broadly, right? About self-development, business, as well as the DuePoint system. It's not just about the DuePoint system, but become an expert in this business. You can do it in 30 days. You can become an expert in this business. And then if you want to start earning, you have to start by connecting 3 people successfully. That's when we start paying you. Not for 1, not for 2. Once you've got 3 people in your business who have paid successfully in the same month, you will get an SMS from DuePoint saying, well, not from DuePoint, from the bank, saying that DuePoint has credited your account. And only then, only when money has arrived in your account, do you become a true believer in this business. All right? So make sure you do that. That becomes your first goal. Connect 3 people. Cape Town Encounter, wonderful opportunity to build wealth out of Cape Town, out of the Western Cape. It is absolutely free of charge. You only have to invite people to this, which means you've got to phone people, speak to people, say, you're in Cape Town, come watch the Cape Town Encounter. Brendan's going to go down there for a few hours. He's going to build belief in those people so that they will help you build your channels. But you have to connect them to the encounter. And then tomorrow morning, I've really enjoyed working on what we call this development seminar. It is training called the Serving Mindset. It is fundamental to our business because our business is all about serving the community. It is, believe it or not, right? Go look at our mission and our vision. And so we want to embrace the serving mindset when we do this business. It releases you from all the stress of trying to do business. Right? And so I hope that you will join me tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. You can tune in live on our live stream. The development seminar will be freely available straight after. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, so you can watch it at any time over the weekend or next week. And then at 10 o'clock, we will be watching the rugby. So straight after the development seminar, the rugby is on. Some people are going, what are you talking about the rugby? There are too many people who love rugby. So we're catering to some good rugby, New Zealand versus England. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, there'll be snacks. We'll have a little bit of fun. We get to socialize a little bit with each other. So come join us for both the training and the rugby tomorrow morning. I'm looking very much forward to that. There are the social media platforms that we're available on. Download the app and Apple and Android devices, and then get merchandise for yourself on our online store, on our website. And with that, I wish every audience that I get to address, each one of you, whether you decide to join this business or not, that you're able to find prosperity this year. Not in the hope that your circumstance will change next year. That you're able to find something where you can control your circumstance now. There's still a whole quarter of 2019 left. You can do a lot in this business. We had one gentleman that went to 1,000 products in their channel in 5 months. We've still got 3 months left. You can build huge value in 3 months. And that is what I'm inviting you to, and I wish you that. So thank you for your time. Go have a chat to each other, the person hosting. If you want to come chat to me, you're very welcome to. Otherwise, have a wonderful weekend, and I hope to see a lot of you tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. Thank you.